Well, it's all happening in New Zealand now. It's taken the attention off what's been happening here in Melbourne, Victoria. There's talk that Bill Gates secretly visited Jacinda Ardern sometime just recently in July, but they try to squash that, saying that that's fake. But anyway, we know for sure that this person, Ardern, met Bill and Melinda Gates during a New World Order trip, a New York trip. And going by the date here, this is the 26th of the 9th. Only a week or two before Event 201, would you believe? Amazing that they met in New York where Event 201 was staged. If you don't know what Event 201 was, do some research. It was a simulation of what is happening right now with the coronavirus pandemic. I won't read this. I'll just play this short video. Ardern met Gates and his wife, Linda, during a visit to the Bill and Linda Gates Foundation's Gold Keepers Summit, where she gave a presentation on how she believes a focus on well-being can reduce inequality. No, it's just a talk about vaccines. I'll just go to the bottom here. It's been a busy week for Ardern, who will return home from 10 days overseas on Saturday. She arrived in New York on Monday and has met Donald Trump, Boris Johnson, and several other world leaders to talk about the coming pandemic. She's even presented multiple speeches, including 2 to the United Nations, one at its Climate Action Summit and another at the General Assembly. So, making the most of this trip, talking to all these leaders, talking to the United Nations, obviously talking to people in the WHO. She's even gone to Japan. Don't worry about that. So here's the video I'm going to play now. Get a bucket ready, because you know how horrid this person is to listen to. Not only listen to, but see.
Please welcome Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern.
Oh, rousing reception. 2 men shaking hands.
Kia ora koutou katoa, ngā mihi nui kia koutou, and thank you so much for the warmth of your welcome today. If it's not entirely obvious to all of you, I was born in the 1980s, the decade of big hair, big shoulders, and very big reforms. A decade where New Zealand went through a period of rapid privatisation and rapid economic liberalisation. While many have argued that aspects of these reforms were needed to open our economy to the world, the pace of change undeniably came with a high price. Jobs were lost, manufacturing moved offshore, regulations were removed, and the gap between rich and poor quickly expanded. Then came the 1990s, and New Zealand introduced further reforms that brought user pay to the fore and welfare cuts for the most vulnerable. Now, I was young when all of this was still happening, but I do still remember it. I was the daughter of a policeman in a town of just 3,000 people, and I only had to look around me to see people being left behind. Now, if it's possible to begin building your social conscience when you are just a small child, then that is what happened to me.
Well, that's where it ends. Social conscience. Oh, sorry if you filled your bucket, but there it is. Yeah, you can't see what's going on now. I mean, something's wrong with you.